Hello and welcome to I Choose You. It's episode 200. Oh, is that champagne?
Hey.
Wow.
This is a show about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zelik. I'm the host, Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is
Your friend on the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the dactyl of the show.
And Evan Aubrey.
Hey.
So yeah, fireworks. Okay, it's episode 200. We did it. We did 200. Well, actually, did more than 200 episodes of the show because of movie commentaries and stuff. So
We've already surpassed 200 episodes, but this is the 200th official episode
of I Choose You, and we're recording in the middle of the day on Saturday, and Evan's drinking a screw top champagne bottle.
A little bit
Evan,
of brunch.
Yeah, and Evan, how is it?
It's delicious. It's the good La Marca Prosecco in individual bottle form.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. Man, I should have
It
gotten
looks
just
so
like
tiny in your hand.
That's just how normal champagne bottles look.
Yeah.
Right.
I really wish it had a tiny cork that I could pop.
Yeah.
You could pop out. You get like a tiny martini sword to pop it off with.
Yes.
Ooh.
The little plastic sword.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh man, for your wedding, we should have made everything like 75% the size of it is normally, and so it looks like everything's bigger. You're bigger than you are normally.
Because that's what I need more of in my life, to feel larger than I already am.
Yep.
Looking for a small themed wedding.
Oh.
Not small as in like a small wedding, but like everything is small.
Yeah. It's a small world
you
wedding.
Yeah.
you hit your head on the arch.
Yeah.
The ring is like released. You're like, the ring doesn't fit. It's so tiny.
What is this, a ring for ants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, Evan's wedding for ants. Well, we're also celebrating. This is the last official episode of recording for Evan's wedding. So think of it also as a celebration for that. It's like Evan's bachelor party in the podcast form.
Yeah, we're all gonna go on my honeymoon together and take the month of July off.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should have gotten a stripper for this episode.
For the podcast.
How does an
Yes.
audio-only stripper work?
Yeah.
Well, they just give like commentary on the.
Oh,
Well,
recipes.
actually,
I'm coming out of a cake.
You can't see it, but Mr. Mime is gonna pop out later. I was gonna, it was gonna be a surprise, but Mr. Mime will be here. Unfortunately, the audio component won't be able to pick it up, and actually, neither will the video component because Mr. Mime usually just calls in.
Yeah.
So the call. So
Yeah, I'm glad that Mr. Mime, famous for speaking, calls us regularly.
that's what makes him such a good like fifth Beatle on this
Yeah.
show.
He doesn't say anything and you can't see him, so kind of like the perfect guest. But besides Evan's champagne, Ben, I just noticed you have a LaCroix, which is a rarity in this day and age.
I'm taking one for the team. I'm drinking a limoncello LaCroix because, like Jeremy mentioned, it is the middle of the day, and we got to celebrate. But I also have two other drinks that I haven't opened yet that I purchased today. So I'll at a strategic point in the episode open another more silly soft drink.
I really hope one
like-
of them is the Mountain Dew seltzer deal.
It's
The
not
Baja
that.
Blast. The Baja Blast.
Is it the Sunny D seltzer that you showed us a picture of earlier?
It's not the Sunny D vodka seltzer that I witnessed in the liquor store yesterday.
How did you not buy that? I just don't.
I don't think you understand this. Like, I can't. Maybe if like we were all in a room together and I knew that we were all gonna like, I could like pressure everyone into drinking the same thing at the same time, then I would be like, and it wasn't like middle of the day. I could be into it, but I'm not gonna buy a four. They didn't. It's not like they sold them in individual cans. I'm not gonna buy a 4-pack of Sunny D, quote unquote, vodka seltzer.
It's basically a gamer fuel like screwdriver.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They don't go bad. You drink one, you have a laugh, you put the rest in your fridge.
Ah,
They don't go
You move
bad.
on.
They start bad.
Yeah.
Jeremy drank like 10 of those shitty sodas. You can't handle 4 measly cans
Sodas
of
will
Sunny
not
D.
take like years off your life though. Sunny D vodka seltzer definitely will. And I need to like if I'm gonna do that to myself, I need to be like in camaraderie with other folks so that we can
Mhm.
like kind of trauma bond over it, you know?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it by myself. So
It's a pact to
Uh-huh.
to take years off your life together.
exactly. Yeah.
Why didn't
deal
you
with the
buy it
devil.
to bring to Evan's wedding?
You think
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly with a 4-pack of Sunny D vodka
TSA
seltzer?
would never
Just
allow
one-
it.
Just one.
No. Maybe we can find one in Sacramento when we go.
All right.
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know. It
we're
looked like a
waiting-
pretty new product, so
You don't think it's made
You're
it to
holding-
Sacramento?
I'm gonna hold you to it, Ben. When we're like killing time for Jeremy's flight to come in, that's the only thing we're gonna do in Sacramento is go from
Slosh
liquor
at the
store to liquor
airport.
store.
Oh.
from store to store asking, do you have the Sunny D vodka seltzer?
Give me the D.
You should sneak into a liquor store and buy the Sunny D seltzer and then break onto that weird like restaurant boat that's on the river and then just get slammed on the restaurant boat while you wait for my flight to come in.
Yes.
Well, sorry to disappoint. No Sunny D hard seltzer.
But when you drink it, do you taste the power of the sun?
Ben wouldn't
No.
know.
I mean, the thing is that even the packaging made it look like it wasn't even Sunny D. It made it look like it was some like conspicuous like
Yeah, it was like
nameless
made
brand.
in a back room and then like
Yeah.
packaged and put out.
Yeah. So I don't actually know if you would taste the power of the sun the way God intended it, you know. I think
I actually looked up some reviews of it after you sent that picture, and people were saying it has like a little bit of almost like a pistachio aftertaste.
Better
Pistachio?
or worse?
Sunny D's nuts.
oh,
Frick.
Ben, you walk right into that one.
The boys are back in
Got
Ian, that's what your officiation for Evan's wedding is going to be like, right?
Every line is going to be like a lead up to a.
We're here to celebrate the holy union of Bofa.
both of these people.
Oh boy, my wedding's gonna be a giant meme.
Yeah.
It'll be.
All right. Ian, what are you drinking? I noticed you had a LaCroix can there.
Got the Sao Paulo.
What flavor is that again? I think I've had it, but it's like
Lava.
We have a
you might be thinking, are you drinking water out of
Are
this
you?
normal cup? And the answer is no. I'm continuing to drink the Trader Joe's jalapeno limeade, which I think is pretty good.
excellent.
Great.
Jeremy,
So-
you live alone. You can drink out of the bottle. You know that, right?
can.
Yeah, but the jalapeno limeade bottle is kind of large and hard to deal with, and I didn't want to drink that much of it right now.
Amateur.
I was
hour.
really worried. I thought you were gonna be like, I'm drinking elephants on parade out of this plastic cup.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour a beer into a nondescript plastic cup and drink out of that.
My own home.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What else do you want from me? It's episode 200 of I Choose You. That's right. 4.5 years of I Choose You goodness. Every day you wake up and you're like, God damn, I need to listen to I Choose You. And you can do that now. Every weekday for an entire year, there's an episode of I Choose You waiting for you. It gets you through that
Whoa.
freaking work where you're like, the man's keeping you down, but I Choose You is holding you up. So,
Has it
That's-
really been 4.5 years?
yes.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I'm old.
We should I think this should be the part of the show where we share with the listeners all the like fun new bits we're gonna introduce in season 7.
Yeah, Jeremy, what bits do they have to look forward to?
Yes. New bits. Let's see. We're gonna do a lot of. Based on our community event last night, we're gonna commission Cruel Kids to make a video game, a Game Boy
Yes.
Color game based on I Choose You,
Yes.
like they
so-
did for Grimace's birthday.
Yeah, this is a follow-up to last week's episode. Jeremy was able to score the actual Grimace's birthday
Oh.
GBA game.
GBC, Game Boy Color, not
GBC,
advanced. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And streamed it, speed run it
Did you finish the whole thing?
in the Discord.
Yeah.
He finished it in 8 minutes.
Holy
Yes.
shit!
It's very short. There's 4 levels. But I did it on hard mode, so
Yeah.
Surprised there are modes.
so
What's
let
the
me
objective? Is it like, do you collect candles for the cake?
I
What is the
would love for
deal?
you to like hear what it actually is.
Okay,
Because
so
you won't guess it.
So you start up Grimace's birthday, and like there's like a birthday party going on in a McDonald's, and Grimace is like, "It's my birthday. I'm having so much fun." And then he looks at his watch and it says 11:30, and he's like, but some of my best friends, like the Hamburglar and Birdie and the
And those,
McNugget
those
kids,
nuggets.
are missing. I need to go find them. So you have to go find your friends to take you to your birthday party. In the first 2 levels, you're Grimace, but you're also Tony Hawk. So you're skateboarding and you're like
What?
wheel grinding on bars and stuff, and you can like do kick flips and things
Can't do
like
a
that.
kickflip.
And you can do a nollie.
This is the Pro Skater reboot we were all hoping for.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's that. Isn't there that part where the Hamburglar's like, "Yo, Grimace, hit that big ass ramp."
Yes. See,
That
Grimace has to get
happened.
his crystal skull back to pay for his birthday party. And then weirdly, the second half of the game is much less like stylized. You're just Grimace, and you're walking around on the roof because Birdie was dared by the McNuggets to jump off the roof. And you have to save her from doing that, I guess. I don't know. It's very strange.
Wow. Took a dark turn. The developers like switched halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Let's turn this dark.
And Grimace talks in like internet speak, so he's like OFRFR or SMH, and then there's like
Waffle
tweets.
copter.
Yeah, and there's like tweets in the game
There
where
are
it's like
tweets. Yes.
if like having a birthday party at McDonald's makes you hot from username 115115 kind of
Yeah.
situation.
God,
Yeah.
So
what a strange game.
I know we're gonna save this as like a big reveal for episode 201, but I am taking a sabbatical this next season, and we were able to secure. Well, we didn't even have to reach out. He reached out to us, Sean Paul.
Sean Paul, okay. Yeah.
is that the guy who had sex with the
Important
cat, or is
show.
that a different person?
The beautiful
You'll
girl
have to-
singer.
Yeah. It's the
Oh,
guy
okay.
who exactly. It's the guy who's gonna kill himself because girls are so hot.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing like a trading places thing. He's gonna work a shitty middle school music job and do this show.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go be very wealthy.
And get busy, I assume.
And
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
And
be
get busy.
very intimate with that song, actually.
Yeah. Do you think we could get like a wealthy, eccentric musician to subsidize I Choose You, and we like move into a big studio and we have like a influencer hype house, but it's
Donald Glover has that exact thing, and there's like he houses people on his ranch in California to
What?
either make
Really?
movies or produce music.
Whoa.
So
Well,
he
we
needs a
kind of produce
podcast. We
music.
can be the first on his label.
I bet we could get Paul McCartney to like AI isolate our audio from season 1 and turn that into an unreleased Beatles album.
That's really high expectations for Paul McCartney. I mean,
Yes.
nowadays, like
Yeah.
that's gonna
That's what you heard about this, right?
Yeah, he's
No.
like trying to really stay relevant.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
It's-
He,
no one wants to speak out against Sir Paul McCartney.
Yes. Well, no, what he's doing is there's like some old recordings from the 60s of the Beatles, and they're not
John
great.
Lennon.
Yes.
John
And he's using like AI, but it's more just like an advanced like noise reduction process to isolate John Lennon's vocals, and then he wants to try to record music around that vocal track and be like, it's a new Beatles song. Oh, I'm Paul McCartney kind of situation.
Shit. Wow. It's gonna be like over there with like an NPC like sampling
Yeah.
John Lennon's voice.
Yeah. He's got like one of those like soundboards, and it's like, oh goodness, and when he's like,
Is this Paul McCartney's like raver era? Is this when he starts
Right.
playing like Coachella, but like as a DJ?
yeah,
Gonna go under the name Beatles Remix. Brr, 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 brr.
yeah,
I know people love Paul McCartney, like they're like, oh man, can't wait to go see him in concert. Gotta say, I think he's hit like the George Lucas stage where like he's too wealthy and like popular to be told no when he has bad ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys see he like that cover of like some old like trad jazz song or Louis Armstrong song, and he played a trumpet solo on Louis Armstrong's trumpet,
Oh.
and boy, he like took a big shit on it. Like,
Oh no.
Oh God. It's like
I
the
think he even-
opposite of when
I think he
Lizzo
even-
played that flute. It's like if you're gonna
It
do
is the
that, you
opposite.
gotta fucking own it and be on it. But like that's sad.
I think he even sang in Louis Armstrong style, which is like
No, yikes.
just can't do. But nobody would tell him no.
No one could tell him
Yeah.
no.
Well,
But so
coming to
here-
you know
Coachella
what?
next year is
Yeah.
Pauly C and then Shaq doing a DJ combo.
Yeah. Well, I'll look. I'm gonna give Paul McCartney a kind of not a pass per se, but it's like, yeah, whatever. He had crazy ideas before. He was like, what if we made a vegetable orchestra and we played music on it? And it's like, it wasn't
That's
great.
a good idea.
But you know, he's had enough hits in the past that I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not
I
gonna.
would
I'm
be
not gonna-
curious. I would like to, just for the sake of this, have him. I would like to have him be confronted with the idea of cooking and eating Pokemon, just to see what his brain would do. You know what I mean? Like, he's seen so much. Like, he's seen the world, and he's like obviously like one of the most famous musicians of all time. Like, what would he do? What would
Did
he? Do with that?
he wasn't part of the like Pikachu or like the like Katy Perry Post Malone song?
no, I don't think so.
Okay, I
Unfortunately,
thought he
not.
would have
I
been.
don't- Well, see, Paul McCartney did write a song for the video game Destiny. So perhaps we could get him to do like maybe the title track for Detective Pikachu Returns coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year.
I bet let's get the I Choose You.
Pikachu.
The I Choose You bump is about to drop. The next time Paul McCartney is streaming himself playing Destiny, go on there and everyone write, what Pokemon would you cook and eat? And he'll be like, what? That's a wacky idea.
Oh, what? I never really thought about it that way. What's a Pokemon, mate?
And his singular answer is going to be, I don't know, I guess I'd boil it.
Yeah.
As the British do.
Yeah. Man, I didn't know episode 200 was going to turn into the roast of Paul McCartney. Finally, we can find him, tell him what for.
Yeah, is he on Cameo yet?
Yeah, I'll pay him $1 million to say what Pokemon he would cook and eat. Yeah, I don't know. I still like the music of Paul McCartney. Sometimes I listen to Temporary Secretary while I'm alone in my car.
Or when I'm in your car and you're like, you haven't heard this song before? It's one of the most annoying songs ever.
That you disagree with that statement.
No, I don't. It's just you. That's just something that you do, Jeremy. That's one of those things that you do.
Yeah.
You take people into your car, play them that Paul McCartney song. What do you think of that?
Well, all I'm saying is when we're driving to road trip through California, it's just going to be 24-hour Temporary Secretary.
Oh no.
As the great western sunset glances off the mountains and the beaches in our car, it's like Temporary Secretary.
Oh god.
So anyway, great album. Let's talk about what we normally do, which is cook and eat Pokemon. This is a very special episode. So we're going to cook some very special Pokemon this week. We have another, what we like to call a full course episode in front of you. We usually do these for season finales. And each one of us has been assigned a legendary Pokemon and a course and a meal. And we have been tasked with coming up with the most delicious course possible with each legendary Pokemon. And so I believe... Ben, you got that first course. You got the appetizers.
You have the appetizer course.
Yes,
Antipasta.
yes, the antipasta, and you got Articuno for the appetizer.
Yes.
So we're starting off strong, and you know it's hot time summer in the city now, so maybe it'll be good to have a chili appetizer. What do you got for us this week?
Well, funny that you say that. I do have a chilled appetizer. And I actually have two little things because Articuno now has two different versions of itself. It has the original version from our favorite Pokemon 2000. And then they introduced the Galarian Articuno with the Sword and Shield DLC, which I actually really enjoyed. I really had a lot of fun with that DLC and catching all of the different Galarian legendary birds. So I wanted to include both of them. And I'll just say the first thing that I was thinking about was well, actually, I don't know where to start with this. I'm not exactly sure where I ended up on this, but what I ended up finding was okay, sorry. I'm really getting like all mixed around on trying to lead you into this. But what I have for you for the first part of this appetizer course is a ahi kono Articuno tartar cone.
Nice.
So
and
does it come in like an ice cream cone?
Well, this is a recipe that comes courtesy of the famous celebrity Wolfgang Pupp. I'm sure you're familiar. And
yeah, I buy sandwiches at the airport all the time.
Exactly. So so you know it's good. But basically what this is it's like a ahi tuna tartar mixture in like a fried or I guess like crispy rice cone. So it's like a rice mixture that's like crispy and like in cone shape, and then in the middle is like a tuna ahi seared thing in the middle, and then it's like served as kind of like an ice cream cone kind of thing. So I thought that would be a really cool creative like appetizer to have to open up. Except instead of using tuna, we're going to be using Articuno.
You should just said Articuno.
Articuno, if you will. So that led me down a path of
Did you go to a weird website again?
Well, I went to a few different websites. I don't know if they're all particularly interesting, but what I did end up looking up is because I was like, okay, so what that entails is some raw meat, right? And usually our raw meat is going to be like tuna, ahi tuna, tossed around with like a marinade of ginger and sesame and soy sauce and all that good stuff. But we're dealing with a bird here, and I didn't know if you could have like chicken tartare, essentially. And I looked it up, and it is a thing. People don't like it, and it's an acquired taste, supposedly, but it is a thing.
Does that not give you like the bird
bad.
flu? Yeah, does this not give you food poisoning?
Yes,
it does. It does have a very high likelihood of foodborne illnesses, but this article does say you can't make it at home.
Oh, good. That totally is
This
fine.
food will make you sick. It does taste bad, but you can try it at home.
Yeah, and that's basically what this website told me. But it was like, if you read this website, we'll let you know how to do this right. And basically, it kind of depends. Apparently, chicken sashimi is actually kind of a big thing in Japan. And this article was going on about how it kind of is different from American chicken because of like how it's processed and the scale at which chicken is made in Japan versus America and that kind of stuff. Like we just have like very low quality meats in general. So obviously that increases the likelihood that you could get some sort of illness from eating raw chicken here versus in Japan. So that was one thing that I kind of brought up with it, which I thought was kind of interesting.
I do have to say, did I tell you guys about me eating raw chicken a while ago?
No.
What happened?
On purpose?
Eating raw chicken recently or like a while ago?
Like within the last 4 months.
Oh, no,
Okay.
definitely not.
Oh, so I went to Trader Joe's and bought a bag of chicken, like breaded chicken tenders,
Yeah.
sort of like chicken nuggets, but not really. Which I've bought before, and made like Buddha bowls, meal prepped for like the next day for me and Grace, and I was like, whatever, I'll just put these on top and like you microwave it and it pre-cooked, right? It's gonna like it'll just do its fucking thing.
Oh no!
Well,
Didn't read the packaging beforehand.
Oh no!
Yeah, it turns out they stopped selling like the pre-cooked ones and replaced them with raw breaded chicken tenders in like a very similar colored bag and like the same fucking picture on it.
Oh god!
So
were they dinosaur shaped?
No, and that's truly
That's the
my
biggest problem here.
Yeah. So like I'm on my lunch break at work, and I like heat up my food and I pull it out and it's like, oh, these are like still pretty cold, and so I put it back in for like another minute or whatever, pull it out.
Oh no!
And like it feels like warm. It's like warm. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm eating. I ate some of the Buddha ball and then I bite into like I take like a bite of half of one, and I like chew it, and I'm like, this texture is like a little funny, but like whatever. And I swallowed it.
Oh no!
I ate half of them, like this much raw, like 2 inches by an inch of raw chicken. Yeah. And so I immediately texted Grace, like all caps, like, don't eat
Do
the
not
chicken.
eat the chicken.
I'm sorry.
It's a
And
setup.
then she responds, and she's like, because she has like her lunch break like 40 minutes before I do. She's like, oh yeah, I realized that. And I was like, why the fuck didn't you say anything to me? Like, but worked out okay. So,
Really?
uh,
No,
you're not
no
dead.
side effect?
I did not get poisoned at all.
Thanks.
So if you're gonna eat raw chicken pate tartare, get it at Trader Joe's.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, that sounds awful. I'm sorry.
Salmonella is fake. Fake news. Salmonella is not real.
You heard it here,
Shove those
America.
raw eggs into your mouth right now.
Yeah. Salmonella, that you get that from salmon.
Yeah, why do they call it salmonella if you get it from a chicken? They should call it chickenella.
Mamma mia.
Yeah.
Really cooking over here. Okay, anyway, but basically this website was like, okay, so, there is ways that you can just eat raw chicken if you wanted to, but they recommended a light sear on the outside just to give it a little bit of extra protection. It says with a lightly searing with a butane torch will help give the chicken a little more texture and can kill any surface bacteria that might make the diners sick, which we want to prioritize here, obviously. It's our 200th episode. We don't want any food poisoning. So basically, that dark Articuno that's like psychic and flying type, I assume it's just full of dark meat. So we're going to take that Articuno meat and dice it up real small. We're going to give it a marinade with some... Let's pull up this recipe. The marinade is going to have green onions, ginger, wasabi paste, sesame oil, soy sauce, and some lime juice. You're going to let that sit for a little bit. And then we're going to give it that sear with the butane torch. And also, I'm assuming that Articuno's diet is very clean. Like, it's not eating a ton of like processed and like grains and shit. Like, there's only a few of these Articunos, and they know how to live. So for that reason, I'm also assuming that the meat that we're eating in these cones, these Articunos, is going to be safe to eat, and flavorful. So then after you take care of the meat, then we're going to make our cones. We're going to mix together some sesame seeds, sugar, butter, corn syrup, and flour, and whip that together until all the butter is incorporated. Put it on a baking sheet and cook and bake it for 4 to 6 minutes. And then you start to roll them into a cone, and then they kind of like solidify. as they cool. And then you're gonna serve it up in like a little holders, like metal holders for the cones. On the insides, the nice, delicious seared articuno meat, and it's crunchy on the outside. Cool, nice, refreshing appetizer to get us started.
Mhm.
Then the second thing to use the other articuno is going to be a articuno
Ooh.
before
Ooh.
to cleanse our palate before the next course.
Mm.
And so I was thinking about articuno and wanting to incorporate gum into the equation.
Oh, like 5 gum.
Exactly. 'Cause
Oh,
I feel
because
like
it's going to be hot because we're going to be in like Sacramento in July and it's going to be like 100 degrees outside. So I want to choose some 5 gum.
well, I imagine that when articuno does its thing with the icy winds and whatnot, it's kind of like what it feels like to chew 5 gum.
Okay.
See that?
Mike,
So-
I have a question about the 5 gum thing. Do Zoomers know what that is?
Mm.
Probably
I actually saw some 5 gum at the store today, and the packaging is different, but it still
Oh.
exists. Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, you're going to be like rolled down a hill of ice balls into like a funnel kind of situation.
Yeah, I don't think so.
not.
Anyway, so for this articuno flavor palate cleanser gum, we're gonna make some gum, but we're gonna make some swallowable gum.
Ooh.
Because I don't want us to be, chomping all, it's a little bit rude to be chewing gum at the table, but this is the gum that you're allowed to chew.
No.
Exactly. But I say chew yes, because this is actually a swallowable gum. And I found an Australian gum that is the only swallowable gum that is on the market currently. Ian.
Isn't all gum swallowable?
If you try hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's not encouraged. This one, they encourage you to swallow it.
Yeah, they want you to swallow. Swallowers only.
And you'll be interested to hear this one, Ian, because it's made of Mast Chew is made of pistachio resin.
Ooh.
Oh,
So you can
Wow.
chew on these nuts, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, apparently there's this Australian gum company that's making pistachio resin gum that they say is healthy for you to eat. It's a good thing for you to eat, like swallow it. So based off of that, I want to do a like peppermint ginger chew to kind of, cleanse your palate and get you like prepped for the next meal. And I imagine that the peppermint flavor we can just harvest from the articuno's tail. We just kind of like snip off some of its little like frosty bits on its tail, and we can use that as like our our spearmint crystals that you might see in a gum, and whip that together with pistachio resin and some ginger, and so that's the full appetizer setup. Our articunos and our ahikonos.
We do love chewing here on I Choose You.
We do.
So
I would hope so.
it's in her title. All right. So delicious. Yum yum yum. We've done it. Let's now move to the next course on our meal, which is the oh shit, Ben's opening.
I'm gonna take this opportunity actually to open my next soda because I'm getting kind of
Ooh.
tired of LaCroix.
What? Impossible.
So at my liquor store, apparently there's a whole fridge full of different root beers that I had never seen before until today. So
Wow.
I got 2 of the most fun root beers that I found, and this one is called Dang. That's good.
Dang.
And it's butterscotch root beer flavored.
Nice.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
Yes.
That does sound good.
Love that.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's good.
Dang.
Is there ice in your glass, Ben? Is there ice in your glass?
There fucking is ice in my glass.
Oh.
All right. Let's all be silent while Ben takes the first sip.
Okay.
Oh, it definitely smells like butterscotch. Ooh.
Oh.
What if it tastes like nothing?
Ooh, that's delicious. Whoa. This tastes
I'm
like
sure
a
you meant-
very specific hard candy.
Mm.
that's not butterscotch that I'm thinking of.
Werther's original.
Werther's original. Yeah.
No, it's very specific. But anyway, this is really good.
Would you say dang?
Would you-
That's good.
Yeehaw. I would say dang. I say dang a lot, which is why I gravitated towards this.
I was going to say its title is kind of like a you statement.
It is, yeah. Anyway,
Oh, all right, good to know. Evan, you have the what some might call the appetizer course.
I do.
No, not the appetizer. The sides. I'm sorry. It was
The side,
Yeah.
the second appetizer.
yeah, it's
Third
appetizer too.
Kinda.
I wish.
Yeah.
So why don't you lead us through? And your Pokemon this week is Raikou. So
Yes.
we got some zappy dogs to eat right now.
Zappy dogs, and we're gonna turn this Raikou into some Raikou beef salad.
whoa.
Yeah, Raikou
Salad.
beef salad.
Yes.
It's basically like a little bit of extra pizzazz on top of like a macaroni salad, if you will.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
So
Okay.
yeah, so you got your Raikou meats, and your brine essentially for this corned beef is made up of salt, water, brown sugar, saltpeter, cinnamon stick, mustard seeds, black peppercorns, whole cloves, allspice berries, juniper berries, bay leaves, ground ginger, onion, carrot, celery, all that good stuff. And you basically just like boil this all together. And bake it as well. So you're coming out with this wonderful like brisket type of corned beef, Raikou corned beef, and you put that into some chunks, just cube it up a little bit. You're going to add this to our little pasta salad, which is some macaroni noodles, white onions, sauerkraut, dill pickles, Swiss cheese, mayonnaise, sour cream, a little bit of Thousand Island dressing, some Dijon mustard, and a little bit of brine from the sauerkraut.
Wow.
And some caraway seeds.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's a nice
Whoa.
little like 4th of July picnic kind of side dish.
I like that it is kind of in the same world as like a rye bread situation too. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay. Wow. And all of those sauces sound like things that I would want on my corned beef. You know what I mean? Like those
Mhm.
all like the macaroni salad actually
Yeah,
sounds like it
the
complements the beef
tanginess of the beef and the like kind of like creamy flat nature of the dairy based things and the mayonnaise, kind of nice balance.
Damn.
That's funny. Yeah. Would you say that the electric type, because we usually associate with that sour, would that increase the corning flavor of the beef in this salad? would you
It's
say?
definitely potent. Yeah.
Mm.
The corn is strong with this one.
And
Oh.
you're going for like a macaroni salad instead of like a lettuce based salad.
Yeah, this is a pasta salad.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had like corned beef in a pasta salad. So
I haven't either, so now is the time.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're gonna try it out.
I feel like corned beef usually isn't really used for anything besides like its own thing. You know what I mean?
I've had
or like
I've had
corned
it like
beef
on a
hash
sandwich.
sandwich.
Yeah, I've also had it on a sandwich. It's good in a sandwich.
But like it doesn't stray far from that, right? I mean,
No,
it's interesting
No.
to have it as like a add-in to something.
I know. I feel like yeah, corned beef is like a underutilized meat product.
Mm.
I mean, it's really good.
Stripes Burrito Company in Albuquerque does a amazing corned beef breakfast burrito.
Ooh,
Chili- chili
Oh
on
yes.
it.
ooh, that
It's
does
really
sound
good.
really good.
I'm all
Damn.
about it.
Yep.
Ooh,
Excellent.
Stripes little. I don't know how I feel about Stripes, but I feel like we've
Is
been
it
there a few
because they
times, and I've been
support the fucking troops, Ben?
probably.
Mm.
But
It's-
I mean, they
Man,
got
the-
good stuff.
It's really good there. Every chance I get, we've been there together, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have.
No.
Sorry, Evan.
I know
Ian takes us
we're
on a
having the
day
wedding.
like Stripes
Yeah.
outing. Yeah. Ian has chartered a helicopter from Sacramento all the way back to Albuquerque just for this instance.
And to keep it Stripes themed, there's only one song we listen to while we're on that helicopter.
Oh, no.
I thought it was White Stripes. But
No.
Yeah.
I'd rather you play
Come on.
temporary secretary.
Yeah.
Who's gonna? Wow, fortunate son.
Yeah,
Oh.
take that, John Philip Sousa. I'd rather listen to Paul McCartney's worst song than your best song.
But yeah, we're Vietnam warring it, and we're just listening to
Yeah.
Fortunate Son
Yeah.
as we go to Stripes.
Yep.
Well, you like come in a helicopter, and of course, Fortunate Son is playing, and then you like start napalming it, the Stripes, and then you like
Oh my
I love
go
the
in
smell of
and take all their
sauerkraut in the morning.
burritos.
Stop.
Hey, all right. Now it's time for my turn. I got the main course. I got Rayquaza, and I was thinking like I want something hearty, and so Rayquaza is kind of like a tube of meat, right? When you look at it,
Sure.
and
Very
Would you
burrito-like
classify like
Pokemon.
snakes as tubes of meat?
meat tube.
Yes. Very much so.
Well, I'm gonna make some presuppositions and Ian roast me as appropriate because I know I've done so in the
Fucking
past.
deserved it.
Yes.
No problem. Can do.
But I think it's legendary status. Its flying abilities means that it probably has pretty tender meat compared to normal like snakes because it's in the air. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it propels itself. I'm assuming it's like some sort of psychic ability. I don't know.
It's probably like how the Shai Halud propels itself through the sands of doom.
Are you saying that the Pokemon air is just really dense?
Yeah.
It ingests it to move
Yes.
through it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just eats air. Anyway, so for our main course, which is legendary, well, let's go a little fancy. So we're gonna make Rayquaza Buko, which is bone in a steak, and they're like served in nice round cutlets that you get.
shit.
So
Yes.
so what you're gonna do is for for each like segment of the Rayquaza, you're gonna like just get a really sharp knife and like cut through it. Watch out. And you're gonna get it. You're gonna keep the bone in there. So I'm gonna imagine it has like a nice like spinal column going through each like segment. We're gonna
Right.
keep that in there because for the Osobuco, we want we want the bone because it's gonna add some flavor, and then you also can get that delicious bone marrow once you're done. And the obviously like the bone marrow in the spine is the tastiest of all. So it's worth hacking at. So Asobuco is so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your Rayquaza chunk, and you do a quick cook and like a saute in the oven first. And you're then gonna cook it in like a pan in the not the oven, but on a pan, and then you're gonna cook it in the oven, and you're gonna have stuff like onions, carrots, celery, all that kind of stuff, thyme mix in there with and then you're gonna grill it really quick on the stove, so you get a sear on both sides. Put it in the oven, mix it in with some delicious red wine of your choice to give it that nice flavor and to make sure it's nice and savory. Then you're gonna bring it out and let it cool, and then you're gonna serve on the plate, bone in, your fork, knife, and that weird little like scoopy thing for bone marrow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It's like a triangular spoon that you like shove into bone marrow and like bring out and like slurp off of it.
Oh.
And that's gonna be Rayquaza Sobuco. Yes,
Yeah.
Ian.
For the bone and Rayquaza, is it more bone or more meat?
Well, usually with snakes, there's more bones than meat, which is why they're actually kind of hard to eat in most cases. But I think Rayquaza's thick enough that he has some meat on him that we're going to use. And again, I'm not an expert in anatomy, but let's say that he has like one spine all the way through him, and then it's just like flesh surrounding it, kind of situation.
Mm.
Sure, that no organs. It's just
Yeah.
bone.
Just bone and meat.
You know how like snakes have like really long organs and they're not like next to each other; they're like in a line down their body.
I didn't know that.
That
Makes
not,
sense though.
Yeah, well, like, I read this thing where it's like snakes have 2 kidneys and they're like this in their body, and I was like,
Whoa.
that is fucked up. Thanks, nature. So yeah, none of that. No fucking organs. It uses the space rays to live, so it
Yeah.
doesn't need to eat.
True.
I love the visual so much of like these round chunks of Rayquaza just like chopped up with the bone neatly inside. I'm the thing that I can't get over though is the meat green like Rayquaza.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
let's say yes. It's kind of a Shrek colored.
Excellent.
So it definitely gives you the people love the Rayquaza meat because it gives you kind of that green feeling when you're eating it. So it's like a St. Patrick's Day
green feeling.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
it
like-
is a dragon type, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that I feel like that tracks. Like there's something about
Shrek is a dragon type.
no, like dragon meat. I think is canonically in some fantasy things green.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you remember reading like Aragon and they're like, oh, we're gonna eat the dragon before they actually like decide to befriend it?
Mm.
Am I making that
I
up?
don't remember that.
Okay, maybe I'm making it up. I haven't read that book in like 16, 17 years, so maybe
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Isn't that How to Train Your Dragon?
Do they try to eat it in that?
No, they just kill
I don't
them.
think so.
I don't
No, yeah. It's been a while since
They
I've seen
must
that
eat
too.
them. Right?
They
You can't just
must.
kill them and like that's wasteful.
Well, I
Do
mean,
they
it's
show
kind
any
of
other
like
animals in How to Train Your Dragon? Maybe that's the only source of food.
well, they
Oh.
kill the dragons because they steal their sheep and burn their towns down. So that's
true.
why they hunt the dragons.
I'm smelling the next I Choose You podcast.
I choose dragon.
How to Cook Your Dragon?
Yeah.
Dragon these choose.
Nice.
Anyway, speaking of Ian, you've got our final course, and you have Cresselia as your legendary Pokemon for dessert.
Yes. Cresselia, for those of you unfamiliar, is kind of like a moon swan.
Mm-hmm.
It's purple, it's pink, it's got cool like wings and shit. So I wanted to keep it moon themed,
Okay.
and we're gonna make banana moon pie cake.
Yes.
Oh.
So check it out. First, you gotta buy some moon pies. The banana ones. I tried finding just like a recipe for banana moon pie. Doesn't exist. And we haven't cracked the code.
Possible.
This is impossible to figure out how to put bananas in a moon pie.
Top secret recipe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So buy some from the manufacturer. Cut them in half. You lay them like vertically in the bottom of a baking, baking dish. When I say vertically, I mean like in a row next to each other, but they're not flat. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
like, yeah.
Okay.
So you kind of get that filled out across. And then you're gonna make some like vanilla pudding and pour that over the top of it. Let it like
Whoa.
fill all the crevices and
Nice.
stuff.
Whoa.
Stick that in the fridge. Let that cool off. Pull it back out. And then you're going to get some caramel syrup
Ooh,
and
yeah.
drizzle that across the top. Now, this is where the Cresselia comes in, because if you look at it, it clearly has a banana hat. So
Clearly.
take
Banana
the
hat or
hat
banana phone?
off of it. It's a hat. Yeah. Collect a bunch of the hats. Like go through its wardrobe, find all of them, and throw the peels away. Slice the bananas. Layer the slices across the top of that. Then, nice thick layer of homemade whipped cream across the top.
Oh shit. What
Take
about
one more
creme
moon pie?
Fraiche?
Creme fraiche?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, Jeremy. Whose recipe is this?
Yours.
That's what I thought.
Yes, chef. Okay, Mr. the Bear.
Take one last moon pie, cut that up into little squares, and then kind of place them on top. And got a You got a banana moon pie Cresselia cake.
Damn,
Sounds excellent. I gotta say, like, Cresselia is a pretty slept-on legendary.
it's cool. It's really
It's super cool.
And you were right. It does have a banana hat.
Yep.
Like, absolutely, that's a banana hat.
Yeah, it's like something Bugs Bunny would wear to trick Elmer Fudd.
The thing that I really like about your recipe is that obviously there's like the pie cake dynamic going on. But this feels like some Midwest engineering to me. Like, this was some person in the Midwest who was like, I can make a cake out of moon pies. Isn't that amazing?
Like early 50s, like person like trying to figure out food science. So they're like, look at this.
Just put in some pudding and whipped cream and fucking
Yep.
caramel sauce. It all works.
Yeah,
Fucking delicious.
it's like how like in like the 50s and 60s, everyone's like, what if we put the entire dinner in gelatin?
Mhm.
But it's good. This is a good version of that.
This is a good version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. We also have the additive side of our entire meal, which is the gelatin bonus meal, where every dish is served in gelatin as well.
Yeah, the leftovers are put in Jello.
Mm. For
Yeah.
safekeeping.
Yeah, they'll never spoil. All
Sounds
right,
excellent. I would totally eat that.
so that's dinner tonight.
A legendary feast.
Some
Yes.
good eats.
Yeah, this is Evan's menu at his wedding, so
Yeah.
can't wait to dig in.
Man, so good.
Speaking of
Yeah, and
digging
you're-
in, I'm gonna open my third.
Oh, he's going
soda.
for his number 3.
Wow.
Holy
I didn't
shit.
Drink the
finish
other-
the other butterscotch one. I just, wanted to sample it.
Yeah.
With all of you
Nice.
here.
Huh.
And this one is by far a crazier flavor, so we'll see how it goes.
Uh
This is a quote unquote breakfast in a bottle.
oh.
Chocolate covered maple smoked bacon soda.
Wow, it's like a fucking Willy Wonka drink over there.
It is.
Man.
Well, it doesn't say, dang, that's good, so it's probably not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't know how to feel about a soda unless it tells me how to feel it, like
Yeah,
on the
soda,
label.
soda that exclaims bacon on the front seems questionable.
I would imagine. Is this a savory soda? Does it smell like breakfast?
Kinda.
Okay, that's not a good.
It
Give it a-
smells
give it a-
mainly like chocolate. That's the like main smell that I'm getting.
Okay.
Yikes.
No, chocolate soda is fine conceptually, but it's never as good as you want it to be. So let's see how this turns out.
Oh. Oh, that's
Oh.
weird. Chocolate for sure. Definitely heavy on the chocolate. Kind of tastes like a Tootsie Roll or a Tootsie Pop.
Oh. But is there
Sounds
any
nice.
bacon in there?
Yeah, where's the breakfast flavoring?
I
Chew
couldn't
it in a little
necessarily
bit?
tell you there's a lot of bacon flavor in here. I can kind of taste the maple syrup a little bit too now. Maybe just a tad little bit of saltiness on the back end, but like it really is kind of a weird color too.
Interesting.
Is it like
it's like
purple
reddish
somewhat?
brown?
It's like
I also
yeah, it's
want
like
it to be
reddish
thicker.
brown. I know,
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you wanna,
maple
like-
syrup consistency.
Yes. I feel like if something was syrup consistency and carbonated, that'd be off-putting.
Yeah. Now
do
it's
look
getting
like you're
kind of like a
chewing it,
weird
though.
nutty flavor. It's like kind of bizarre. I don't like this.
Did you have to mix it around a little bit before pouring
Yeah.
it?
Do you like stir it a little bit? Shake up your bottle of soda before pouring it out?
I don't know. It just says breakfast in a bottle.
Would this bottle replace your normal breakfast?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. No. Oh, this is. It's also kind of flat too. Like the other soda was like definitely very carbonated. This one's a little. Maybe it's been sitting on that shelf for many months or something. That's why.
Bad mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably the first person to ever buy it.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of something that happened today where I know I was the first person to try this. We went out for breakfast and I saw on the menu a quote unquote breakfast lasagna. And I was intrigued. And so I ordered it and then it comes with eggs and they were like, "How do you want your eggs?" And I was like, I don't know. How would you recommend? Like, I don't know. I've never seen a breakfast lasagna before. And she was like, "Me neither. I don't know. I've
What?
never tried it before. You're the first person to order it."
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? I guess I'll just go for it.
How was it?
Was it good?
It was good. It was good. I wasn't quite sure what to expect because there wasn't much of a description on the menu either. And it was like a special thing, like a daily special. So it ended up being just kind of like a lasagna with like vodka sauce instead of like tomato sauce, and it didn't have like a bunch of ricotta cheese in there, which I was fine with, and then it was served with an egg and potatoes, and it definitely wasn't like breakfast food, but it was like more kind of just like a lighter lasagna that if I was to eat lasagna in the breakfast time, it would be this lasagna. It's not like a breakfast food is in this lasagna right now,
That's
you know?
That's unfortunate.
I would expect like sheets of egg instead of noodles.
Yeah. Or like potato. I have a question. Is not a frittata kind of a breakfast lasagna?
Yeah.
They do rhyme, kind of.
Because it has like a crust and it has like the egg and cheese and like fixings layered in. Am I making that up?
I mean,
I don't know if I can do red sauce before noon.
Oh, it's noon somewhere. Time for
Time for some ragu.
hey, it's a pasta time.
Oh.
It wasn't like I think that the sauce was actually like pretty nice for how early. No, it wasn't like super early either. It was like brunch, you know. It was like a pink sauce. It was like a vodka pink sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. Anyway, Ian,
How did you take your eggs?
over medium, and just put it on top.
You put it on top, like you like let the yolk mix in with the red sauce.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sounds fine.
It actually was. I was a little bit like it took me a second to like go there, but when I did go there, it was pretty good, you know?
Once you cross this line, you can't go back.
It's true.
It really just sounds like they had lasagna as the dinner special the night before.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it was
like
good
leftover-
lasagna too.
It's like leftover enchiladas. If you make enchiladas the night before and you have some in the morning,
Yeah.
fry up a fucking egg, slam it on top, you're good to go.
I guess so. I don't know if I would do it at home, but in the moment I was like, this feels special. I want to try what this. I want to see what this breakfast lasagna is all about. If I was truly a Garfield, would this be the breakfast of choice? And I kind of think he would. Like if Garfield could have lasagna for breakfast, this is the type of lasagna he'd want. You know?
Wow. Sounds good.
Anyway.
Excellent. Let's move on to everyone's favorite segment of the show. It's called Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your comments, questions, and recipes sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. We've got an email from Mike. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
Mike says 200th episode spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, and all points in between, boys and goyles, episode 200.
Nice.
Congratulations, Evan. You did it. I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you're getting
Evan, you
great.
made it.
I made it. 200 episodes. Look at us. That's a milestone. Who thought we would have been here? Not me. Disastrous can crack. Another important occasion, one that I hold near and dear to my heart. A true expression of sportsmanship and camaraderie is coming up now that we have summers here. That's right, I'm talking about the Glizzy Gobbling Fest that is the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest on the 4th of July.
Okay.
Hold on.
and,
Gobbling.
Evan, your birthday, not your birthday, your wedding's on the
It's
4th
my
of July.
birthday.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you've been spreading this narrative since the bachelor party.
Yes. So my question is, will you guys have a hot dog eating contest as a part of your wedding?
Oh, maybe like the tiny hot dogs.
Oh.
Cocktail
Little
wieners?
Yeah.
How many glizzies are going to be at your wedding?
Yeah.
I need instead of a cake, it's just a tower of hot dogs.
Yeah.
We just
You
like
guys
shove
like
into each other's
cut the
mouths.
hot dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Lady and Tramp a hot dog.
Exactly. Oh, and what's this? I'm getting some breaking news. Apparently Nathan's has run out of their world famous all beef hot dogs. What in the Pokemon world are we to do? Time to roll up our sleeves, bust out the kitchen mulcher, and make some hot dogs. Now, there are a few options that would definitely be a great idea to make a hot dog. Here's looking at you, Terrakion, the beefy boy sword of justice. But as you know, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest requires hundreds of glizzies for a successful spectacle. So where do we go from here? I've got 8 words for you. Zygarde, 10%. Zacian, Zamazenta, Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Landorus, Therian, and Okie Doggy, that new.
Yes.
New.
That
So
was a
they're
lot.
all the legendary dog Pokemon into a hot dog.
What is Zygarde 10%? Oh, is he 10% dog?
Oh, Zygarde is like a legendary where like if you collect a certain amount of these like
Oh.
cells, it like makes different forms.
That's
so
right.
I don't know what 10% looks like, but
All right, we're gonna use legendary doggos to make us some hot doggos.
Nice.
Is Heatran a doggo? Like, I know it doesn't scream dog, but it definitely looks like it would love to play fetch and get some belly scritches. Either way, the different elemental typing of each legendary doggo will add a unique flavor profile to each variety of these legendary glizzies. Zygarde, non-pine nut, pesto, and earthy. So good for you, Ian. Zacian, sweet with diced veggies throughout, diced with Lord's Sword. Zamazenta, beer brat. You do the beer. You do the beer after grilling, but use the shield for the tray. Entei, spicy, like obviously. Raikou, sour glizzy. Suicune, dirty water dog. It actually is a very clean but still authentic water dog experience.
What the hell?
What is a water? Is that like
You
a
don't know
shower
about
dog?
water dogs?
Dirty water dog.
Slop them up.
Yeah.
Dirty water dog sounds like a nickname that you would earn in like the Navy or something.
Yeah. Coming up on your 6, dirty water dog.
Yeah.
Landorus, tea, hot Italian style,
Oh yeah, baby.
and Okie Doggy, mystery flavored glizzy.
Okay.
And through a very democratic process of elimination, we'll find the best legendary dog to make it into 4th of July hot dogs. As far as cooking these legendary good boys and goyles, there's an expression, don't look how the sausage gets made. The kitchen mulcher, it's over there. All I see are some mighty tasty looking glizzies. Grab some Dock buns and toast them up. Dress these legendary hot dogs however you like. Bone apple tea. Congratulations on 200 episodes, boys. Cracks another can. Mike.
Woo! Cheers.
Excellent.
Drank all my champagne.
Yeah. I finished my. Yes.
Raiku's a cat, right?
No, it's a
That's
dog.
kind of
They're
what
all
I.
dogs.
Is it a
Tiger?
dog? It feels more cat.
It's
to
got a
me.
cat, yeah, tiger face. It's got those big old cheeks. Show me a
Dogs
dog
can
that
have
looks like that.
cheeks.
Show me one.
What about like a Pomeranian?
I guess it's
Show me.
it's associated with the other dogs. I think we had this discussion earlier actually, but like because Entei is a dog,
Yeah.
Suicune's a dog,
Mm-hmm.
Raikou kind of has like tiger things going on.
And
Yeah,
But-
maybe we talked about this in our Pokemon the Movie 3
Mhm.
episode. But I think they're all dogs. Kind of like how in the first gen they're all birds.
Mhm.
So that's how I read it.
I do like that Mike made hot dogs out of all of these dog Pokemon. That's
Yes.
If you were
Yeah.
to make a meal with dog Pokemon, this would be it.
Meal of the summer.
It also reminds me of so when we were watching Jeremy play Grimace's birthday, we also watched a video on the Discord of someone who made a sausage out of the Grimace meal,
Yeah.
shake
they took-
included.
So they took like
made
the
a
Big
glizzy.
Mac and the French fries and the shake, and they just put it in a
No.
meat grinder, put it in a sausage casing, and grilled it. And they said it tasted
Oh.
bad.
Yeah.
So that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah. All right. Ian, can you read this email from Ed?
All right. Ed writes, "Hi, friends. Today I'm bringing a callback to my first email to the IC crew nearly 4 whole years ago.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll start by making some cutlery. I think in my original email, I made some cutlery out of Rhyhorn/Rhydon.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom and recently finished the quest that tells you where the Master Sword is.
Oh.
No spoilies.
Yeah, what the hell? After getting the sword and playing the game with it, it just has me thinking about some of its titles. The Blade of Evil's Bane, Sword of Hope, the Legendary Blade,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh.
the sword that seals the darkness.
Uh-huh.
To name a few. Unova doesn't have the same mythos as some of the other regions like Johto, shrouded in mystery.
Hmm.
The Flosessi town, where a clock tells of the town's founding. Some of the older crowd tell of a legendary chef of yore who wielded a blade said to be capable of cutting down Zamazenta's shield. Today, we're going to be making the blade of Mons Bane, the sword of justice, the sword that seals the flavor in.
Okay.
That usually does a sword usually does the opposite of sealing. It like makes it thing more open to have stuff come out of it.
You can like carterize it.
I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Naturally, with this recipe, we're going to be using all 4 of the swords of justice. Terrakion, Verizion, Cobalion, and honorary member Keldeo. This legendary chef's blade will cut through the flesh of any Pokemon known to humans.
Oh,
As mundane as Zigzagoon to notable as Mewtwo. Yes, Phil?
oh no, I was just reacting. I don't want to get sliced by this blade. Sounds sharp.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Mhm.
Once you get all 4 of these Ungolots in one place, and then we knock them out, any psychic type move will do. They're all fighting types. Once these mons are all knocked out, we'll be harvesting their horns and plumage to use as different parts of this chef's knife. Terrakion, the rock and fighting type Pokemon, will be taking one of its brown horns and one of the orange epilot things off its limb. The rock will make for a solid handle to our knife. Take the epilot and make a ring around the horn. This will be the connector to the actual blade of the knife.
Damn.
Keldeo, the water and fighting type Pokemon, will need Keldeo to be in their secondary resolute form for extra pizzazz. We'll be taking mostly the hair and feathers from this little guy for the extra properties it'll give us of being able to cut water. Save these parts for later.
Oh shit.
Verizion, the phone company, crossed out. Grass and fighting type Pokemon. It's said that its horn makes leaves as sharp as blades. We'll use these along with a hoof of Verizion to make the only whetstone possible to survive sharpening the blade.
Oh shit.
Now for the star of the blade, the leader of the swords of justice, Cobalion, the steel and fighting type Pokemon. I don't have any fucking idea what any of these Pokemon are, so I don't know if I'm
I think they're
saying
from
any of
black
this
and white.
right.
Yeah.
I think they're from black
Okay.
and white.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Possessing a body and a heart of steel, this mon's dulled golden horn will serve as our blade. Using Verzion's leaves, we'll cut the blade to be a shape conducive to cooking use, and after that, we'll use those leaves and hooves of the other mon to press the Keldeo plumage into both sides of the blade, infusing it with the power to cut through pure water itself.
Oh.
Once this has sat pressed for a dozen years, the sword that seals the flavor in is now in your possession.
Excellent.
It's dangerous to go along. Please take this with you.
Ah, nice.
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 Nice. Wow. What a callback too.
Yeah.
I feel like that shows like how far we've come, because I remember when we listened to when that was the first recipe we ever received from a listener, I was like, this is awesome, but like the cutlery is overboard. You're going too far.
Yeah.
Calm down.
The
Now
sword
it's
that
like
seals the flavor in.
Yeah.
yeah. Now we've
This
normalized it to the point that this is what we do.
Do you think the sword that seals the flavor is something that Guy Fieri has?
Oh.
Oh.
It's
you-
something that someone Guy Fieri knows has, so that he can fist bump them after trying his.
Yeah.
After trying their donkey sauce.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the McElroys? They're streaming a version of like a randomized version of Ocarina of Time, and it's a Guy Fieri like mod of Link, and it's called like I forget what there's some sort of good Guy Fieri pun involved in
Mhm.
the series. It's pretty good.
Is it not called Trial by Fieri?
Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Jalapeno lime.
Here's the issue with that is Guy Fieri doesn't really give strong Link vibes, like emotionally or aesthetically.
He gives big Goron vibes.
That's
actually.
true. Yeah.
Oh.
You could totally see a fucking Goron with like frosted tips. And he's like,
Yep.
hey,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm gonna say Gordon Ramsay would be the Rito.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Interesting.
He's a Birdman. Let's see who's a famous lady chef. Who's the person that just left? Was it Top Chef? Oh geez, I'm bad at famous chefs. I'm sorry, everybody. My Zelda chef comparison's falling apart.
Alton Brown
Let's
is
just
the
say
goat.
Yes,
Yeah.
Paula.
Paula Dean.
Yeah.
Or the barefoot Contessa.
Yeah, Rachel Ray.
I
That-
don't know if any of these people are Zelda coded.
Yes.
Gotta say.
For as much cooking there is in Zelda, a lot of chefs aren't really Zelda coded, if you will.
No.
Man, we gotta
Damn.
change that.
Yeah.
Who cooks with Snoop Dogg?
Martha Stewart.
Martha
That's
Stewart.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
the criminal. Yeah.
The criminal.
Yeah.
She not
Excellent.
abdicated at this point or
I-
absolved?
I feel
I
like
don't-
she probably did her time. I actually have
No,
no
she
idea.
went to
probably just
prison.
paid some...
She went to prison for like 8 months or something, if
Okay.
I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, she got busted for insider trading, which is a funny crime to get arrested for.
Yeah.
Much like the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog got arrested for insider trading.
Really?
He was trying to go too fast.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, literally that's true because like insider trading is you have like some tip
Yeah,
from a
trade too
company
fast.
that's like, oh, we're gonna sell this stock, so you do it before they do. So
He was getting all of his financial advice from Sonic.
yeah.
It was like, you gotta go fast.
Well, and then at his trial, they brought up all those text messages about that guy's hat.
What?
Come on, I think he should leave.
Oh.
Only he could pull it off.
Yes.
That's what the guy said.
All right. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll leave one. I think you should leave thought, which is I think the definitive meme from season 3 is going to be 55 hot dogs, 55 taters. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
mean,
think
More
that's
than
summer.
driving crooner.
yeah. I've seen less crooner posting than drive-through posting.
Give me more crooner posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, just like this podcast, we gotta make money off this thing. It's just too good.
But a bunch of frat guys that keep threatening to kill us.
I really
Yeah.
want to make money off of this.
Do you think anyone will actually try to put up a hat and a cigar on a windshield?
yeah,
now?
It's got to be have been
I'm
done.
sure someone has already started.
Within days of that season dropping, I saw on the I think you should leave subreddit that someone did that to their car.
Nice. Excellent.
Excellent. Well, I think that wraps up this 200th episode of I Choose You. Can you believe it? We made it this
Oh.
far.
Whew,
I
man.
can't-
We've done it.
Pretty fucking wild.
I thought someone
Yeah.
would have shut us down by now.
Yeah, the government's coming in.
The Pokemon Company itself.
Yeah,
Reggie.
Reggie.
I think that just is
Yeah,
further
Reggie loved
proof
the show.
Yeah.
that we're just they acknowledge our existence and they're like, you do you. Like, we're not gonna mess with your thing. 200 episodes in is like, we're an institution.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've actually informed their lore. There's more cooking in Pokemon than ever before. since we
Exactly.
started.
They actually owe us a bit of those residuals.
Yeah, that's how we make
Yeah.
money off this thing.
That's how we make money off of this thing. Nintendo, give us
Yes.
what we're owed.
Yes. We're not doing copyright infringement. You're doing copyright infringement of us.
Yeah.
So you know what, Mr. Miyamoto, write us a big fat check, $1 billion straight to I Choose You.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, let's wrap up the show today. I'll give you a little bit of forward-looking programming next July 4th, Happy America's birthday. We have another movie commentary, so that we won't go, and then we'll probably be off for a week or two because people will be traveling, and Evan will be enjoying his new wife and life as a married man.
That was a really weird way to say that.
Very
Maybe you were just saying his new life, but in like a uwu voice, like Evan will be
Ooh, ooh.
enjoying his new wife with his lovely wife.
So there, obviously Evan's got a new exciting married life ahead of him.
You're
And,
going to be going to Europe. You're going on a travel.
Yeah, I'll be a man of the world.
Mhm.
Cool.
Man, I hope after you come back from Italy and Croatia, you're like, well, one time when I was in Croatia,
you
the
Yes,
food
we
was like
expect to hear
this.
all about the food that you consume while you're in Croatia
You better believe it.
and Italy.
Mamma mia.
You can have some breakfast lasagna.
I will. Is that maybe that's not even a thing in Italy? Maybe the Italians are like, no, never. I would
Yeah.
never, because their
Yeah.
breakfast is a cappuccino and like a piece of bread.
Yeah,
Right.
continental Europe, not big breakfast heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did seem kind of weird because the person who was served, I mean, it's an Italian-ish like spot that we went to, and the person who was serving us was like had a very thick Italian accent, and even she was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, but
You just came up with it. I don't
like
know.
I'm interested, but I haven't tried it yet, so it must be kind of Americana, Italiano,
Italian adjacent.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do our plugs and wrap up the show. Ben, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Ben C. Montoya on Twitter or at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Ian.
You can find me on Instagram at musician Davis. I post bass covers. I post pictures of bread. You can DM me. You can. I'll send you my PayPal through there. You can leave a tip if you like the show.
There you go.
Check it out.
Excellent. Evan.
You can find me on Twitter at _Van Aubrey or _Van posts. That's about it.
All right. You can find me. We already picked Mon for when we're going to record next time. It's Salazzle. So Ian was asking, what are we doing when we get to Gen 6? And the first Gen 6 Pokemon will be Salazzle. So send in your Salazzle recipes.
Gen 7.
If you're Gen 7, God, there's too many fucking generations. I know there's over 1,000 Pokemon. It's hard to
You
keep
gotta
track.
stop.
Someone's got to stop them.
Yeah.
Ooh, Salizzies.
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Slizzies.
Slizzies. So Salazzle recipes next mainline episode. I can't tell you exactly when we'll record that. I would say maybe 2 to 3 weeks from now, but who knows? Or not 2 to 3 weeks from now, 2 to 3 weeks from our next episode. Yeah, depending how schedules shake out. We'll see. Yeah. All right. I think that's my plugs. That's right. Velocity Prime 1 on Twitter, Velocity Prime No 1 on Tumblr, theavocado.org, the-avocado.org, I should say. Find my writing, Jeremy Zielik, the-avocado.org. All right. This has been I Choose You, podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, I suggest checking out our social media pages, I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, I suggest joining the I Choose You Discord. Links are available in the episode description. Just this past weekend, we had a fun event night. You watched me play Grimace's birthday. We played some fun online games. It was a good time. So join the I Choose You Discord if you want to be a part of it. Lastly, but not leastly, check out the full episode and merch store at our official website, which is ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. That is ichooseyou.menu. All right, let's wrap up the show. For 200 episodes, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this show for the 200th time, Ben Montoya.
I've been Ian Davis, the alternative moon dactyl of the show.
Nice. And out of office for the next month, Evan Aubrey.
And nice. Have a vacation. All right. And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I choose you.
Everybody wants to be a master chef. Everybody wants to show their skill. In the kitchen, everybody wants to cook that clauncher. Finian at the top of the grill. Each time you fry, gonna cook it just a little bit better. Each taste you try, boy, this frokie is nice and tender. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3.